Oh yeah, good old Sonic the Hedgehog. For those of you guys that follow my channel, you know how much I love Sonic, you know how much I love Sega. On this video, I'm going to attempt to explain to you a few things that you may or may not know about that truly make the original Sonic a legendary game. Sit back, relax, and I'll attempt to justify why this game is a lot better than you may remember. What better way to start this video than addressing a simple fact that I think holds true even after all these years. The fact that, though many have come, no stage has ever surpassed Green Hill Zone. And I'm talking about the feel, I'm talking about the aesthetics, I'm talking about when you think of Sonic, which stage comes to mind? And I know some of you might say, well, Omiglio, you're just being nostalgic. You know, this stage is better than Green Hill Zone. Well, I would argue that's just not true. You know, this stage introduced us not only to Sonic the Hedgehog in this legendary franchise, but just the feel, the aesthetics. Look, this loop, how legendary is that loop? The sense of speed and feel. This has everything you want in a Sonic game. When we think of Sonic the Hedgehog, when we think about where he lives, where he resides, I think a lot of us are going to think of Green Hill Zone. But trust me when I say, this is a legendary stage. And in my opinion, though many have come, nothing has ever surpassed the feel, the aesthetics, the sense of speed, the beauty of Green Hill Zone. This is Sonic the Hedgehog. Another thing to consider when it comes to Green Hill Zone is how many times has this stage been duplicated and remastered in a more modern sense. I would argue many times, and for good reason. Like I said, when we think of Sonic, Green Hill Zone is synonymous with Sonic, like peanut butter and jelly, or like your favorite snacks and drink. You know, when looking back at the original Sonic, the other thing that stands out to me is that legendary score. You know, what would any game be without music? Think about your favorite game and think about what it would be without the great music that it has. This soundtrack was composed by the legendary Masato Nakamura. Let's take a listen and let me know your thoughts. To me, this song goes hand in hand with Sonic the Hedgehog, just like peas and carrots. Just listening to that song, it brings back so many memories. Memories of my childhood, memories of Christmas, memories of my father buying this game for me as a bundled package with Sega Genesis. But it wouldn't be so special without this beautiful song. What a great song, and truly adds to the legacy of what I think is a highly underrated game. Now I'm going to talk about something that's truly legendary, and honestly, think about your favorite games. Think of Grand Theft Auto, think of pretty much anything that's modern. You know, it could all be traced back to this simple, beautiful game. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the animations. If you leave Sonic alone, he's going to be animated, and it's like he's looking at you saying, hey kid, pick up that controller and play, do something. Make me move, I want to do something, I want to see some action, because I'm falling asleep over here. He's like upset with you, the player. You know, he expects more out of you. That is truly, truly epic. And I'm not saying that this is the first game in gaming history to do that, to have some kind of idle animation. But what I am saying is that this was the first mainstream game to do that. Like I said, when you think of your favorite game and you think of idle animations, we can all trace it back to this game. The next topic I wanted to cover on this video is level design. Now, I know I might lose a lot of you right here, and you might not like what I'm going to say, but I'm going to say it because I think it needs to be said. A lot of people complain because, especially on this first entry of the series, they complain that you really can't go fast because you're going to run into some obstacle, and it just takes the joy away from Sonic games. Well, that's true. I'm not going to say that it's not. Especially after Green Hill Zone, every stage that proceeds from it, you know, more and more, there's more obstacles and it becomes harder and harder to maintain speed. I'll give you that. I'm not gonna say that it's not true. However, when you take the time and look at and analyze the level design here, we can see what the designers were going for, what the developers were trying to do. And what I think they were trying to do is that they were trying to give you more sense of exploration. If you look at the level design, they had more emphasis on going north, south, east, and west, and really trying to explore. Now, what are the benefits of doing that, especially on the first game? The benefits of doing that is that you want to stock up on as many characters as you can, many free lives as you can, get as many coins as you can, because basically by the end of the game, especially the final stage, it gets challenging and you're going to need every single life that you can have. So yes, there's more sense of exploration, and I really think they did a brilliant job, and it kind of makes it feel just bigger in scope, more to do. Yes, I know Sonic can go fast, and everybody knows that, but especially on this first entry, you know, it was just something that the developers weren't really emphasizing, and it leads me to my next point when it comes to game design. They were really focusing, similar to Mario, they were trying to give you these hidden rooms that they wanted you to discover. Again, the reason for that is because they wanted you to discover as many lives, get as many coins as you can to get extra lives, because it was going to get a lot harder towards the end of the game. Now, I know a lot of people will still not like it, and they're going to complain that, you know, you lost the sense of speed. I personally love it. Labyrinth Zone, Marble Zone, everything in this game, because I really do feel that rather than just focusing on speed, they wanted you to focus on the game mechanics, the physics, and mastering Sonic as a character. And this is going to lead me to my final point. For this game, when it came out, the fact that you can have two endings, a good ending and a bad ending, is huge. I mean, I cannot emphasize that enough. 1991, when you take, you know, the biggest competitor, which is Super Mario World, typically those games are very linear. You know, you have a simple ending. Nothing wrong with that. I love Super Mario Brothers. I think saving the princess is a lot of fun, but it's pretty much, you know, linear. With Sonic the Hedgehog, the developers wanted to mix it up. They wanted to give you a good or bad ending, which was dependent on whether or not you got all the gems. There were special stages that you could go to, and you had to get these gems. There's a six in total. And if you wanted to see the happy ending, you had to get them all. Now, I get it. A lot of people complain that whether you got the good ending or the bad ending, it wasn't that much of a difference in the game. And we're going to look at both. We're going to look at the happy ending and the bad ending. You know, the good ending, you could pretty much see they're both very similar, but with the good ending, you can kind of see a little bit more. There's more overall flowers. There's more going on in the background. Look at those pink flowers in the background. And you can also see Sonic throw the gems up to the sky, indicating that he got all of them. In the bad ending, it's very, very similar, but you don't see as many flowers. You don't see those pink flowers that are different, and he doesn't throw the gems up to the sky. Also, for the happy ending, you're gonna see Robotnik, you know, stomping on the end sign, you know, as the game over sign. Where the unhappy ending, you're gonna see Robotnik. He's gonna be boasting, and it's gonna be dependent on how many gems you're missing. He's gonna be throwing up those gems, teasing you that you missed those gems. So for the time, I cannot emphasize enough just the fact that they're thinking outside of the box. They're giving you a different level design, and at the end of the day, they're giving you different endings, a good and a bad ending. I think as overall as a package, man, that sounds like a more modern game. So guys, these are my thoughts, and I don't know if I did a good job of convincing you how legendary this game actually is. Everything from its unique level design of north, south, east, and west exploration, to the hidden rooms, to the, you know, you're gonna have some speed as well. They're gonna, you know, especially in Green Hill Zone, you're gonna have some awesome speed, but most of the stages are gonna be obstacles that you have to overcome time and time again. I cannot emphasize how special this game is to me, and everything from the level design, having two different endings. I mean, all of it is just brilliant, especially for 1991. The animations, you know, the fact that if you're idle, Sonic is going to give you attitude, or when you're pushing a boulder or something, some kind of a object, you know, Sonic has animations. For its time, truly ahead of its time, guys. I cannot emphasize how much this game is going to mean for the rest of my life, and I'm sure a lot of it has to do with my father giving me this when I was a kid and just being blown away and not expecting it and getting it for Christmas. I'm sure that's part of it, but the other part, guys, no one can negate the impact this game has had in the gaming industry and the fact that it pushed gaming in the right direction. That's going to be all for this video, guys. I want to thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoy what you're seeing, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Share this video with people that might want to watch it. And as always, guys, I will catch you absolutely on the next vid.